Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Garbagemice podcast, the podcast voted most likely to assassinate a politician. And today, we have a special guest. We have a guest that was also voted most likely to commit a school shooting, the one, the only, Baron von Brunk. Now, Baron von Brunk, how's it going, man?
It's kind of hectic here. Life's been somewhat of a roller coaster, living in New York City, and and with all the clown world going on, it's kind of difficult. But I'm trying to stay sane.
Oh, fuck, man. I heard a lot of bad news about New York City. Actually, one of my friends lives in New York. How's it go? Do you want to give a quick rundown on it? What's going on?
Well, the funny thing is today, a guy got shot and killed in broad daylight on the subway.
So wait, that's news for you? Holy shit. New Yorkers are such pussies. Holy fuck.
Well, it hits a little close to home, you know what I'm saying? But, crime's been going up, and so have rent prices been going up as well, too. My lease expires in like a week, and I haven't found a new place yet, and every apartment's like no cheaper than $2,000 a month.
Holy shit.
Yeah, which is like for like a small studio. I mean, I live in a small studio now, and I pay a little less than a little less than $2,000. I actually got a really good deal during the pandemic, but the building was complete shit. The neighbors are loud, so I only signed on for a year lease. My lease renewal comes up in a few weeks, and it's going to be like $3,000. So,
fucking hell, man.
Yeah.
Why do mega cities have to be so shit? Why does New York, Vancouver, all these fucking cities have to be so fucking ass?
Well, it's not just the cities. I mean, it's kind of like a global level too, because like I said, I grew up in rural Pennsylvania. I'm from Lancaster, Pennsylvania. I grew up in a place where a one bedroom is like $400 a month, and
yeah.
And actually, I was actually looking at apartments nearby just out of sheer curiosity to see if I would ever move back home, and one bedroom apartments back in Lancaster are like $1,500 a month now.
Yeah, but like that's. I'm not talking just about prices. I'm talking about like the fucking quality of life, man.
Oh yeah, the quality of life sucks too. Well, okay. I was born in the '80s. Okay, I grew up in like this really, really, really shitty townhouse in a really bad inner city area. Okay, the place where I lived as a kid was like an indescribable hellhole. I talked to my dad recently, and I asked him. I was like, "Hey, how much did we pay for rent when we were kids?" According to my dad, the shitty townhouse we lived in back in the city in 1985 cost $150 a month, which was at the lower end, of course. Adjusted for inflation, that should be like $400 now. The house is actually available on Zillow right now. I think the rent is like $1,300, and it's like a complete rundown shitty hellhole in the ghetto.
Yeah, fucking hell, man.
Yeah.
I don't even know what to say about that.
Yeah, it's just terrible.
Oh, you know what I can say? I can say you can actually buy a house in Syria for about $10,000. Buy a nice little like 3-bedroom apartment.
Shit.
No,
maybe I'll move
nice
to
3-bedroom apartment. Actually, I own a plot of land in America. I own like a place in a shitty town in the Midwest.
A wealthy landowner. Really got the deep
it cost
pockets.
me like $500, but at the same time, I was like, you know what? If this can help me get a visa, like, fuck it, I'll do it.
Oh, is that why you did it?
Kind of, and at the same time, like, I imagine that people will be exiting the main cities very quickly, so maybe it'll go up in price. I don't fucking know. It used to be a town where the rails and the trains would go through, but now they don't have trains and rails anymore, so the town is losing people.
Well, yeah, a lot of places are like that. Actually, where I grew up, where I'm from in Lancaster, back in central Pennsylvania, there's a whole ton of these like small coal mining towns, because back in the 1800s, there was a whole coal mining industry. Pennsylvania was well known for coal mining. There's a type of coal, the best type of coal available in the earth. It's called anthracite, which is they call it smokeless coal, because if you set fire to it, it doesn't actually give off smoke. It actually burns clean, but it's super rare and expensive. Pennsylvania is like the world's number one source for anthracite coal. And once the industry dried up back in like the mid 1900s, everyone just kind of like fled. So now you have all these like small towns that have like a population less than like 1,000. A lot of them are abandoned, and it's actually really depressing in central PA.
Man, that's fucking terrible, man. Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, well, I grew up in the very southern part of Pennsylvania. I grew up in the very south, like near Maryland, like around like I grew up about like 45 minutes away from Baltimore, like in the very south of Pennsylvania.
It blows my mind that cities can just pop out and fizzle out within the span of 100 years.
Mm-hmm.
From nothing and then out to nothing anymore.
Like, well, Florida. Yeah, like Florida wasn't even like Florida was colonized like in like the 20th century. It was all swampland back when the Spanish first arrived.
Yeah, and I wonder how the fuck do they do that? It doesn't make sense to me. It just doesn't. Like, for me, a city is like somewhere that's been like around for billions and billions of fucking years. like you go around Latakia, you go around like fucking wherever, even in Europe, I suppose. No,
the Middle East. Well, I mean, if you go back, Iran, I think Iran's the actual oldest country in the planet. Like Iran goes back to like prehistoric Persia.
Yeah, but at the same time, like yeah, exactly. You fucking walk around and you see fucking Roman columns everywhere, and you're like, oh, cool. No, seriously, it's like all over the place. To the point where, at some point when you're living there, you're like, what's the point of preserving this? This is just in the middle of the fucking busy intersection.
Yeah, right. That's exactly why I joined the Marine Corps.
So you wouldn't have to preserve it? You shouldn't have to fucking...
yeah, so we can knock it down.
Well, there's a YouTube channel. There's a YouTube channel that I'm not a huge fan of, but I watched a bunch of his videos and actually thought they're pretty good. The guy's kind of a leftist, but but like I said, a broken clock can be right twice, a day. The name of the channel is called, I think it's called Not Just Bikes. It's a guy who like basically complains about like cities and planning and like modern architecture and stuff, and cars, and it's kind of like a Reddit spurred channel where guys complain about what it's like to live in cities and suburbs and all that kind of stuff. But he brings up a lot of good points though about like how streets and roads and speed limits and all this other shit, and how it'd be better if everyone to ride bikes and everything. I don't know. You might want to check. It's called. I think it's called Not Just Bikes, or it has bikes. Oh yeah,
I know about the guy.
Yeah.
I know about him.
But he raised a lot of good points though.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. I have to say I agree with a lot of his points, because I come from a place where we didn't actually have like fucking megacity sprawl where you have all these fucking suburbs where you can't walk anywhere. Holy shit! Like the closest grocery store to me is a kilometer away. No wait, no. It's not a kilometer. Hold on. Kilometer would actually be reasonable. Let me check. Okay, let's...
a couple miles, I'm guessing.
Hold on.
Like when I was a kid in the 80s, we lived in like a really dense, super inner city type place. There was no grocery stores. We had to go to those bodega places. And then they built a supermarket right outside the city. So but obviously, though, you need a car to get there, though. So like if you don't own a car and you live in the city, then you're screwed.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a kilometer and a half away. Closest grocery store is a kilometer and a fucking half away. How is that reasonable?
Yeah, they call them food deserts.
I'm going to say this a bunch of times this episode, but back in home country, my mother used to give me a fucking, like a $2 bill and tell me, hey, go down to the grocery store and buy some tomatoes. And within, 2 minutes, in my flip-flops, I would go down, get some tomatoes, get back up, and voila, here's your tomatoes. Bada bing, bada boom. Here, to get groceries, you have to, okay, hold on. You have to get in your car, or in my case, get on my fucking bike, get my rucksack on, because I don't have a trunk on my fucking bike, roll down the street to the grocery store, go uphill to the grocery store, whichever one I fucking choose to go to, buy everything, and I have to buy them in bulk, because I have to repeat this trip every single fucking time I need to buy more groceries. So it's like, you know what, I have a fridge at home, I'm gonna keep it. So I buy a bunch of shit, and I roll them back to where my house is, and I have to stock them in the fridge, and then when I forget... When I run out of something, when I run out of eggs, instead of going, you know what, I'm going to go to the grocery store and get some eggs, I'm like, you know what? Eggs can wait. Eggs can just fucking wait. I don't want to go to the grocery store.
I mean, if you want to hear a really fucked up story, back when I was a kid in the 80s, children could purchase cigarettes with parents' permission. It was actually a common thing. I'm dead serious. Back in the 80s, if my stepdad needed a pack of smokes, he would say, I need you to go down to the store, get me a pack of smokes. He'd write me a letter and say, I'm Julius' stepfather. Here's permission to go, get a pack of, Winston Light. I would hand it to the clerk and say, okay, here you go. And I hand him a couple bucks and give me a pack of smokes.
I don't know. That's pretty fucking based, man. If you're a good parent, you're gonna keep your kid away from smoking, and if you're a bad parent, your kid's gonna smoke anyways. Like that's just how it goes.
Back in the day, people could get they get cigarettes from vending machines too. That was actually a common thing at bowling alleys a lot. At bowling alleys and like video arcades, you could smoke in there too. They actually would have vending machines that would sell cigarettes for you put in I think 50 cents, you get a pack of smokes, and then there's a sign saying you must be 18 or older to buy them. But but high school kids would just go there and get them anyway. But that was a problem back in the 80s.
Oh yeah, I can see back in home country, a lot of my friends also used to smoke a lot, like a fuck ton.
Oh god, forgot about it. When I was a kid. For fuck's sake, I remember back when you could smoke inside McDonald's and Burger King. They used to have ashtrays at the tables.
Wow.
Back home, you smoke in your fucking houses. Everybody fucking does. You have ashtrays in your house.
I think that's a common thing.
I think they phased out smoking at McDonald's, I think in 1998, 1999, when I was a teenager. And but I remember being like 6 years old and like let's say like 1990 and like just going to McDonald's and like the person like eating burgers next to us is just like smoking a cigarette and flicking it into an ashtray as we're eating burgers.
Yeah, sounds pretty cool,
normal.
man. Sounds like he has an interesting backstory.
But that was the norm back then. There was a smoking section inside of a Burger King and there was a non-smoking section.
Huh. Oh man. I don't know. Smoking to me, I've always fucking hated it, but at the same time.
Oh yeah, same here. I mean, but everybody in my family does it. My dad's a boomer. He chain smokes. Well, he actually just quit recently. I was able to convince him to, but I swear to God, I saw him recently at a family reunion. He had a cigarette in his hand like every single minute. Like he never stopped smoking. He always had a cigarette between both of his fingers. It was crazy. And I was like, because we were there for, it was because my mother just passed away, so we were there as like a family reunion / funeral. And I'm thinking like, okay, Papa, please, for the love of God, I just lost one parent, you know. Don't fucking die on me like this, you know. It's like I don't need both my parents dead.
That's
you know,
rough, man.
you're in your 60s now. For the love of God, please stop fucking smoking.
Shit, man. I'm really sorry to hear that. Yeah. Their parents must be horrible. Holy shit.
Yeah, but my mom. I mean, I miss her and everything, but she had terrible health. My mother passed away from COVID-19, but she had previously bad health to begin with. She had type 2 diabetes. She was overweight. She had early onset dementia, so it was just a matter of time. So it was just she had very declining health to begin with. But my father's in good shape though. You know, he's in his 60s now, and he works as an engineer. He's trying to get a job at SpaceX, and he's a smart guy. He was in the military. He's a veteran. He never saw any combat, but I think his highest rank was like sergeant, I believe, back in the 80s when I was a kid. He's a smart guy.
Respectable, man.
Yeah,
respectable.
that's pretty cool.
I respect anybody who's been serving. You know, except little pizza box. Exactly.
Yeah. How many cities have you nuked this week, Little Pizza Box?
Well, I haven't been around for a while because I've been nuking countries.
Of course you have. You fucking.
Yeah. What's your kill streak at now?
Over
Too
9,000.
high. Yeah, we don't have to talk about that.
Yeah.
Good job, Bressante. You fucking. We had an interesting conversation going on. We got to know Baron von Brunk, and then you're like, "Oh yeah, Little Pizza Box. Do you like nuking places?"
Yeah,
I love nuking places.
That's my job on this show.
It's this show's job to be completely autistic. Anyway,
But about the 90s though, kind of like going back to that tangent about what life was like back then. Jesus Christ, food was so fucking cheap back then. Like at Burger King, you can get like an entire meal at Burger King or McDonald's for like $2. It was crazy.
Yeah, that's the kind of image of the West I grew up having. Like, holy shit, food is so cheap there. People are so fucking obese.
Burgers and fries raining from the sky.
I remember back in, I think it was
Waterfalls of
94
soda.
or 95, Taco Bell had a promotion where all their tacos were 50 cents.
Man.
And
why can't they do that anymore?
yeah, they're like $2.75 now.
Yeah, fucking hell, man. It's
Back in, I think it was 98, so like when I was in my early teens, 1998, they did a promotion at Burger King where they just changed the French fry recipe. So they did a whole promotion where they had Mr. Potato Head as a mascot. And the whole spiel was that it was $2.22 for like burgers, fries, a drink, and like something else. But it was like this huge meal, and it was only $2.22. And the commercial for it, everyone was like chanting $2.22, $2.22. And that was normal back then, just paying $2.22. Now it's like a sandwich is like $5.50.
man, like. Do you ever miss those times? Are they better than now? Are they worse since you're the boomer here?
It's very debatable. Like let's be honest with you. You know, I like having a phone in my pocket at all times. I like being able to go on the computer whenever I want. Back when I was when I was like 10 or 11, you actually got charged by the hour to use the internet. It was like $35 an hour. Back when AOL first came out.
I know. And, we had the similar type of thing when internet first came.
Yeah, and it was slow as hell. You couldn't do anything. All you could do was like go to chat rooms and stuff. You could download pictures. Everything took forever. You couldn't watch videos. Like all you could do is like read text and pictures and like view the news, and that was about it. So so obviously we do live in objectively better times in that sense. Medicine is better, technology is a lot better in that sense. But at the same time, though, inflation is, like I said, I just got back from the convenience store before I started the podcast here. I paid $10 for like a candy bar. I bought a candy bar, a thing of Pringles, and like a little thing of like fruit to go, like a little chopped up pineapple thing from the convenience store, and it was like $10.
Fuck no.
God damn.
Well, that's just what we call Bidenflation. Rule 34.
Yeah.
Don't look it up.
Yeah, how about the taxes over in New York?
The taxes? Well, the sales tax is higher than PA. I think in Pennsylvania it's like 6 cents in the dollar. Here it's like 8 cents in the dollar.
That's still better than California.
Taxes.
Yeah, it's like 7.5 on the dollar here.
Taxes in Vancouver are like 15%.
Jesus Christ.
It's not even funny. At first I thought, hold on. I'm gonna go to. Hold on.
Well, like, here's the thing, though, because as
payroll.
bad as everything is in the United States right now, like, I honestly, like, I feel bad for Canadians, because, like, the housing market there completely sucks balls, like, 10 times worse than it does here in the States. Like,
yeah.
because, like, here the housing market's completely fucked, but it's like, I'll unironically go on Reddit and just, like, Google search, like, the housing market, and there's subreddits for, like, Vancouver, Montreal, and, like, Ottawa, and everyone's talking about how, like, the cheapest houses cost $1 million, and it's like, how the fuck did
It does.
you live like
true.
that?
The
That's
Vancouver
actually also what it's like where I'm from. Central California, like the Bay Area.
Mhm.
Fucking a shackle
hell.
cost me $1 million.
Well, hell yeah, like fucking I mean, my mom grew up in the California Bay Area back in the 70s, and it's terrible there. I think it's like a one bedroom there is like $4,000 a month. It's worse here than in New York.
The
Yeah.
Vancouver dream of life is just living in some Chinese dude's basement. Like, as an immigrant, that's your only fucking choice, is to find some Chinese dude's basement and go live there for rent for like $1,200 for a 2-bedroom suite.
Yeah.
You want
Is that what
to
you
hear
do?
how much money I lost on taxes from my payroll?
Yeah, sure.
I lost, what is this like? It can't be like, it's 15%, 20% of my whole fucking payroll.
Oh
I'm
god,
trying to
here
think.
it's like 1/3 of my paycheck goes to taxes.
Yeah, I think when I was employed, it was 40%,
40%.
which is absolutely absurd to me. 40% of my income just went to the government.
Just move out of
Yeah.
I'll
A
move
lo-
out of California
fuck,
when the
dude.
time is right.
A lot
but I
of
do
my
wanna move.
paycheck.
Little pizza
What?
box?
Yeah, a lot of my paycheck fucking. Okay, so I'm not gonna disclose what rank I am, but
Yeah.
the like junior Marines lower in rank than me, hypothetically should be getting paid a lot less than me, like $200 less a paycheck. But no, fuck. Since I'm from California, we get taxed based on the state we come from. I'm making the same amount of money as privates from like Texas.
What are you, Lance Corporal or?
I'm not gonna disclose that. But,
You just caught him. We have a Lance.
A Lance Corporal. In
A
our
Lance
mix.
Corporal on the
pizza
show.
box.
We have the Garbagemice has deeply infiltrated the United States Marines.
I mean, I never served. I mean, I did try to enlist because I was a teenager when 9/11 happened, and there was like a huge like surge for everybody to join. I tried to join the Army as an engineer in the Armored Corps back in 2002 when I was like 17. I didn't get accepted because of a bunch of medical conditions. My best friend, his 2 older brothers, and his younger brother all served. They were all in the Marine Corps. 2 of them fought in Iraq, and 1 was in Afghanistan.
Well, how did that go?
Well, the one came back as a civilian. He flies helicopters. He's doing well. Other one became a police officer. He's doing well. And the third got kind of fucked up with drugs from all the PTSD, and he was in and out of rehab, and he seems to be doing well.
Doing well. All right.
I
It's good to
mean,
hear.
that's a hugely varying standard of doing well. That's like 3 completely different cases of doing well. But you know what? I'm not here to judge. I do respect people who serve, even if I don't respect like what they did in those wars, as long as they haven't committed any war crimes. Do you know if they committed war crimes?
I don't know. They were just infantrymen in the Marine Corps.
They were just following orders. I see.
Yeah, they're just just shooting shit and launching mortars.
Oh yeah.
They weren't at like Abu. I forget what it was called. What's the name of that base where people got tortured? Not Abu. Was it Abu Ghraib or Guantanamo?
Guantanamo was in Cuba, man.
Yeah. Well, but it was part of. There was a whole scandal. That was back in like 2004. So that was during the height of the war in Iraq.
Oh, it's still going, by the way. Guantanamo Bay is still open.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, nobody gives a shit.
I can confirm.
Yeah. So
How
now
long do
we
you think
know.
I've been the last 3 weeks?
Oh fuck, that makes a lot more
Been
sense.
in the Bay Area.
Yeah, it's just enjoying the shit. Hey, by the way, if you get any immigrant that sounds like me, looks like me, and has like curly hair, please be kind, please gentle. I never actually planned any massacres.
What about that credible threat that you made against Rusty Cage?
I'll fucking do it again.
Okay, go right ahead.
Rusty Cage, you're a piece of shit, and gonna fucking firebomb your house with Molotov cocktails and pipe bombs. This is not a threat. Fucking Rusty Cage, hold on.
Yeah, what
Can I
happened?
speak
Don't worry,
about
we
this for
won't
a
we
moment?
won't torture you. We'll recruit
What-
you.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I love Rusty and everything. I mean, he's a great guy. We follow each other on social media.
No, he's
but what
not.
hap-
No, he's not
what-
a great guy.
Okay,
He's
well,
not.
he's a good guy. What happened to
Let me tell you.
what happened to his show? Him and Lemon had a show for like 2 episodes and they stopped recording.
Let me tell you how it happened. It fucking killed his channel because his watch time was like 5%, and YouTube was like, okay, we're not gonna recommend this shit anymore. And now his YouTube videos got like 10 views every time they release. And now he's like, YouTube, what have you done? But you fucking idiot, you released like a live show that nobody gave a fuck about on your main channel. It drove engagement way down. And then now nobody wants to fucking click on it, and you're like, oh fuck, YouTube. But no, fuck Rusty Cage. Fuck him. You wanna know what he's done to me?
Have you guys listened to his new song? Or not new
No.
song, but
With the 2001 Space Odyssey thing.
yeah, the Blast Him. So,
No.
It was
yeah, that one
okay.
deserved a lot more views. I'm not gonna lie, it was a good song. It made me want to watch Space Odyssey again.
You wanna know what fucking Rusty Cage did to me?
What do you do?
Okay, so I was just shooting the shit in the Trash Rats Discord, enjoying life, and he was like, "Yo, artillery, are you actually really Syrian?" And I'm like, "Yeah," and he's like, "Well, I want to bring you on my show so we can talk about like what to do in like civil war, what civil war and like war shit does and affects people." I'm like, "Fuck yeah, that's cool. That's the only thing I actually give a fuck about." Because it's ruined my life. It's just the whole purpose of me existing in this way. And it's like, oh, okay, cool. That's fucking wonderful. Anyways, you just gotta prove to me that you're Syrian, right? I'm like, yeah, cool, I will. And he's like, okay, I'm gonna add you, so DM you, and you can just go ahead. And I go ahead and I prove it with documents, with photos, with like, this is where I'm from, this is my family. And I have a long story for my family. It might be unbelievable. That's why I went to prove it to him. But then he went and fucking ghosted me.
Yeah.
And now that I think about it, I'm pretty sure the only reason he fucking did it was just so he can go to other people and be like, see, this guy ain't fucking Syrian, he's a fucking poser. But when it turns out, oh no, actually he's a child war survivor, everybody just fucking, he's like, oh fuck, I picked the wrong fight. Now he's fucking ghosting me.
I mean, I don't really
I
keep
don't know.
track of the trash rights. I'm obviously a member of the Discord server. I post in there like once a week or so because it's kind of dead. I mean, they're all kind of dead.
Yeah. But the monkey server's not dead, that's the only one that's... Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, I don't know, to me it just strikes me as like a shitty fucking thing to do.
I don't know. I mean,
come on,
I honestly
man.
feel bad. I mean, I feel bad because him and M. Lemon tried to do like that live show for a while, and I was actually going to be a guest on there, and they just randomly stopped. And they're doing the hell was that Moneysuckle, and they gave up on that too.
Yeah, fuck Moneysuckle. No, why would they think that was a good idea? It's such a stupid idea for a show.
Well, Moneysuckle that came out last year, right around the time that there was like the huge rush for crypto when everything was booming. Not kind of the opposite of what it's doing now. Everything's kind of in the black, or in the red, I should say. And so I think M. Lemon had this harebrained idea that he's going to do a show about financial advice, but it's like a satirical show, and release it during the whole like crypto boom, but not advertise it at all. He figured they can just leech in on the algorithm, but then nobody watched it. They got like 100 views per episode.
See, that's the thing. They complain about the Trash Rats not getting enough views. They complain about Moneysuckle
Yeah.
not getting enough views. They don't fucking advertise it. They don't
Exactly.
do shit to it. And Moneysuckle sucked.
Well, it's the thing. Here's the
Moneysuckle
thing
was
about
pretty
trash rats.
bad.
Even they did this with Sodi too. Is that I think not a single person on the show even advertised it at all. Like none of them tweeted it out. Like Reactor never tweeted it. Like Reactor never even tweets. Like he's I think Reactor actually got banned on Twitter. The more I think about it, but like
No,
Rusty
he's still
never.
around.
Oh, okay, well yeah, but like none of them guys had ever like tweeted out. So like as a result, their shows never got any views. It was mostly just like Mumkey Jones fans who just because there's obviously a crossover, and Mumkey fans and Rusty fans would all just kind of watch the episodes. But like But it's like if I really gave it, like if I ran a podcast and I had 1 million followers, like Rusty does, I would have completely like plugged the shit out of that, you know?
They're just fucking idiots.
I know, but I'm just kind of I'm being kind of venting, but I was a Patreon supporter for a while, but I actually pulled my Patreon support. It's because like they weren't, you know, have like 1 episode per month, you know, if even.
Like here's another thing that fucking bothers me. As I've said this before, like, oh, we have this show that our patrons made. We have this new show in our Patreon Discord server. That's the whole point of the fucking Garbagemice, and they didn't take it. They fucking ignored it because they're fucking idiots.
I mean, I'm not trying to talk shit or anything. I mean, I am a huge fan of all of them. You know, especially, I was a fan of Monkey.
Great.
Yeah, they're all good guys. But it's just that like they're not taking themselves seriously.
To be honest, fucking, I don't know. I feel like Reactor is the Red Sante of the podcast, right, Red Sante?
Hey.
Reactor's cool. Reactor's cool. I like Rusty, but a thing about M. Lemon is that M. Lemon, his videos have a lot of good like mainstream appeal. I was actually at a friend's house. A friend of mine is a total normie, like a buddy of mine in real life. Like he doesn't follow memes. He has no knowledge of internet culture. I showed him a bunch of M. Lemon videos and he loved them all. Like he was like, "Oh, those are cool videos." I was like, "Yeah, M.
Lemon plays his cards right, you know."
Yeah.
M. Lemon, like I don't want to say he's in it for the money or the fame or whatever, but he knows how to run a proper YouTube channel and how to say a message. Yeah. Have you ever heard of the guy Moon?
Who?
Moon. He's like
the guy that made the Discord video.
Not just the Discord video. He made a bunch of videos about like Facebook, about like
probably, maybe.
Basically, he posts base shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why do Reddit mods always look like this? He has a video about Reddit mods and why they always look like soy boy beta cucks. And then he's like, oh, it's because they have like low testosterone. and those videos have mainstream appeal because of the way he edits them and because of the way he words them. He doesn't get like too based. He doesn't get like too carried away.
I was confusing him with there's another channel just like that. His name is Ghost Gum.
I love that guy. I love that guy.
He's cool because he has videos making fun of Reddit too. So I get them mixed up. But yeah, Ghost Gum is kind of like the same channel. So yeah, I was getting him mixed up with Ghost Gum.
Yeah, man, it's just I don't fucking know. I miss creators that you can identify, man. I don't know.
Yeah, there's kind of been like a weird drought recently for YouTube content. I mean, like there's channels like Wavy Web Surf and Justin Wang, who I'm big fans of, but they don't upload as very often. And when they do, it's not as good as they did like let's say back in like 2018, 2019. That was kind of like their peak year. They're still around, they're still doing stuff, but it's not like it doesn't hit as hard as it did back then.
A lot of their best videos were from back then.
I don't know. For me, it just seems like nowadays they're very formulaic.
It's because I mean there's channels that I'm subscribed to. I would say like I would say they're all in the same sort of category. I would say Justin Wang.
I know Justin Wang and I know Wavy Web Surf, but I feel like
Mr. Gigi is another channel like that too. Mr. Gigi, I subscribed to him on Patreon. He does good content, but it's almost like his stuff from 2 years ago was way better than his stuff now. But I don't hate the guy. He's cool.
I miss the Predator Chronicles.
Yeah, the Predator. Yeah, I love those videos. Those were cool. But now he does like movie reviews. I don't really like. They're not as good. It's just him talking about like shit from Netflix. I'm never gonna watch.
What was his name? Fucking Elvis the Alien. That guy's movie reviews all went down to the shitter as well. Like he used to make good reviews, but now they're all shit. They're all formulaic. Yeah. He just thinks he can like paraphrase what the movie was about, and he can call that content.
Same with like I Hate Everything and like Your Movie Sucks. YMS.
No, Your Movie Sucks. Fucking great. Have you seen the Lion King one?
I watched part of it, but it's like 2 hours long.
Yeah, I love those videos. I love Your Movie Sucks so much. Anyways, can we move to like real life topics now?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, I have something that we could react to. I'm gonna throw it into the Garbagemice channel.
You want to react to it now? Aw, man.
So, on the topic of Clown World, are you guys gonna be getting this car?
Apple's self-driving car can feature VR technology and no windows.
For anyone who's listening and not watching, imagine a car that looks like a computer mouse. Yeah, it looks like a computer mouse, and it has no windows. It looks like a doorstop.
I think this is not real, because no windows. That's the joke. Get it? No windows.
I haven't looked into it too much, but it apparently is like an actual leaked thing.
Apple self-driving car, no
Maybe
windows.
I should have checked this.
Well, how do you control it? Does it have like an iPod wheel?
It's self-driving.
Oh. Oh, yeah. So it's augmented reality, I guess.
So there's no way to possibly drive it manually. You have to... The only option is it drives you?
That is correct.
How about we talk about other shit?
Yeah.
I
didn't plan for this to be a 20-minute segment. I just thought it was funny.
Twitter articles by Red Sante. Red Sante is the reactor of this podcast. Holy shit.
I react.
Okay, guys. You want to hear something really fun I had at work? A fun experience I had?
Yeah.
I discovered what the floor of my workplace looks like. I discovered it. Now, can anyone infer the meaning of what discovering the color of the floor actually means?
Was it so dirty that you just didn't know?
Well, Red Santa, you actually might be a little smart, because nobody else has been able to figure it out. Yes! For the 2 years I've been working at that shithole, I thought the floor was supposed to be black. Turns out, it's actually white. And I have bad eyesight, so I couldn't tell that it was grime that was all over the fucking floor. But I felt like a lump at my feet, a lump of shit. And I took out my knife and I started like poking at it. And when it started coming off, I was like, holy shit, the tiling under this is white. And I was like, holy fuck, is the tiling under everything white? So I grabbed a bunch of soap and like a scrubber and I started scrubbing. And it was fucking white.
What do you do? Like, what do you do for a living?
Do I have to share? I used to be a computer technician in Syria, and that's all I'm gonna say because my current job is fucking humiliating.
How was a computer? How was a computer?
Hey, it can't
shop?
be worse than mine.
Yeah, how does it get so dirty? I thought like computer stores have to be like super.
No. That wasn't during the computer job. Okay, I'm gonna share it. I don't want to fuck it.
No, you're not gonna dox yourself.
Restaurant manager.
Your boss really watches this.
You don't just say the company. You can just say like you work at a factory or whatever the hell you do. You know, we're not gonna
restaurant manager. That's it.
A restaurant.
I'm gonna go to every restaurant in Canada until I find you.
Good luck.
I'm gonna nuke.
Actually, it's not gonna be that hard. There's only a few restaurants after the pandemic, so sooner or later, somebody's gonna recognize me while they ask for the manager. They're like, the service here was shit, and the fucking latte machine. The latte machine where you fucking steam your milk. One of the nozzles was clogged with expired, fucked up milk that nobody's bothered to fucking clean off the inside. That's the place I work out. That's the place. I didn't used to know. I used to think that all the fucking other workers were competent at their fucking jobs, but the latte machine was only shooting out steam from one nozzle because the other one was clogged up with fucking milk.
Man, at the restaurant,
am I the only person who gives a shit in this fucking earth? Is giving a shit no longer like a Western value or whatever? It's like, hey, I'm in Canada right now. Hello, how's it going? It's like nobody gives a fuck about their work. Nobody gives a fuck about their streets, their families. Like,
man, the place I used to work at, one day I clock into work in the morning. You know, we get going with the day, and then like 30 minutes later in the kitchen, my manager runs out to like the dining area where I am, and he starts telling everyone that we have to close down. And I'm like, oh no, why? And so I walk into the back, and the ventilation hoods that are supposed to get the smoke out of the kitchen are not working, and there is so much smoke in the kitchen that you cannot see a single thing, and everyone's like running around knocking into each other, like stuff's falling over. It was very funny.
But they got it fixed, right? Like that's
it took
the bottom line.
A day or something, but eventually, yeah.
A day. One time we had to close one of our services down because electricity went down and our hood was not working, nothing was working anymore. So, and I was asking some of the bartenders to help me. Like, okay, now can we check inventory? Can you tell me how your bar exactly works? When I was still training to be a manager, and they would rather just sit in the fucking empty dining room playing the guitar and watching their phones than actually doing their fucking jobs. I hate the fucking place. And we got a new bartender. We got a new bartender, some guy who was actually supposed to know what the fuck he was doing, who was actually supposed to be good at his job, and he was good at his job. But then apparently the owner caught him like downing 5 glasses of wine while I was looking away.
Man, I one time was offered like it was some type of cocktail by my manager when I was 19.
That's fine, I say.
Yeah, that was just how it was at that restaurant. Every single person there, including the underage people, drank on the job. And it was a decently nice restaurant. It was the type of thing where you could end up paying like $50 for a meal for one person. It was a fairly nice place, and everyone drank on the job.
Man,
that's more or less how it is here too.
I don't know, man. I'm just fucking exhausted. I'm tired. Yeah, I want to share a story though. After I discovered the color of the floor, after I discovered like how dirty and filthy everything was, and after I also was doing maintenance on the iPad because it was taking so fucking long to print out the tickets, and it was causing the whole kitchen and the bar and everything, the whole restaurant to bottleneck while the customers are waiting. After I stayed up like until 1 a.m. fixing that shit, because it's not out of my goodness of my own heart, not because I like the restaurant, but because I want my job to be fucking easier. Apparently one of the owners got mad that I was staying there like overtime, like at night. And another guy was like, "You're not supposed to play with the iPad." I'm like, "Fuck off. If you don't want me to do this, just fire me. If you don't want me to make the work environment just a better place for everybody who fucking works here, just fire me." And then what else? Because I'm getting really fucking angry at this place. And then I call my brother who owns a car. I'm like, "Hey bro, can you drive me home?" And he's like, "Nah." So I took my bicycle and I cycled home on Broadway, one of the main streets. And every single fucking advertisement pole, you know how they have like poles, and these poles they have like a bit place where you can put your posters. I started taking off drug advertisement after drug advertisement after drug advertisement, like psychedelic posters. I started taking them down one after the other, and they just wouldn't fucking stop all across Broadway, and it was starting to piss me off. And then this schizophrenic guy comes in, and he's like, "Hey, why are you taking this off?" I'm like, "I don't like to see them, man." And he's like, "Oh fuck, well guess what, me?" And he starts talking about the CIA and MK Ultra, and he wants to get fucked in the ass or something like that. That's what he actually was talking about. He was either schizophrenic, high on psychedelics, or trying to fuck with me because he's actually one of the business owners. And I just stayed there. I just tore them down, and I kept going. At first, I would just tear them down with my thumb. Then I would try to slice into them. At this point, I just fucking stab the poles. I just stab into it so I can like get leverage to get it off. It's just, I don't fucking know, man. I'm tired. If anybody here has a chance of actually getting a mental break and committing a mass shooting, no comment.
I'll remember that.
Yeah, I'll send that to the higher ups at my federal agency.
Fucking do it. Get me deported to Syria. Send me back to a place that makes more fucking sense than this shithole. Hey, but at least I have some good news, right? I have some good news. I'm finally financially stable, so there's that.
Let's go.
Yeah.
After the crypto crash, I have to go back to work at McDonald's, so...
I'm glad to hear you finally got a real fucking job at something.
No, not really.
Well, for me, fortunately, the crypto is not like, it's obviously not my number one priority. I do work a day job. I mean, I do invest in crypto on the side. Mostly it's kind of like a curiosity, it's sort of a hobby. But it's like, if I lost $1,000 today, that would suck balls if I lost like $1,000 in Bitcoin. But it's not like enough to cause me to go suicidal. It's like, oh man, that sucks. But who knows? Maybe it'll be $1,000 I'll gain next week,
Have you seen like the Luna Investors Board where they put on actual suicide hotlines for people?
Well, the funny thing about that was, believe it or not, when Luna completely bottomed out, I'm talking, it was at like 0.0000 of a penny. I bought well over 5 million Luna from Gemini for, I think it was like $50 just for the lulz. And then like the next day it went up to like 1,200. And right now it's in my wallet right now. It's worth like $1,000. So it's like I easily flip $55 into $1,000 for doing literally nothing. So I can't complain.
Cash out, man. Holy fuck.
I've been doing a little bit of Luna trading. That's been
so I can't complain. So again, like if it went back down to $55. Yeah, exactly. Like if it dropped down to $50 again, like it went back down to what I paid for it, I'd be like, oh man, gee, that sucks. Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Santi's saying it's funny as if like funny means losing hundreds and hundreds of dollars.
The people who on Reddit, because I think like at its peak, it had like I think it was like worth like $100 per coin. People had like 100 or so grand on their entire life savings on just like one coin, and then it bottomed down to like a fraction of a penny, and they lost everything.
Yeah, and that's sad, but you really should not have your life savings in one coin.
Yeah, like my savings is mostly in US dollars in my checking account, and then I have money in the stock market. I do invest on the side, and I have money in crypto.
You know where you should put your money in crypto? XMR. I keep shilling that fucking coin, and I will do for the next 100 years.
No.
Monero?
Monero, yeah.
Yeah, I have a little bit of Monero. I have Bitcoin, Ether, Dogecoin. I have a bunch of I have some smaller shit coins too, like AMP, Stellar Lumens.
Dogecoin, no.
Yeah. Well, the Dogecoin, believe it or not, I actually
bought a million sheep, and I'm 50% down on that. It's terrible.
Well, with Doge, I never actually bought any. See, way back in 2013, 2014, when it first came out, you could actually mine it. I was able to mine it on my old computer for free because my electricity was covered in my monthly rent, and I mined like 30,000 Doge for free in my old apartment, like almost a decade ago.
Wow.
And then obviously it's only worth a couple of cents now, but a couple of cents is it's worth a couple of grand right now. So at its absolute peak, it was worth like 20 grand.
Why didn't you cash out? Why does nobody fucking cash out of crypto?
I held on to it. I mean, it might go back up again to like 25 cents or so. I mean, I doubt it, but either way,
probably not. It should have never gone above a penny.
Yeah, I actually, before the whole Dogecoin thing happened, I remembered Dogecoin. I remembered because I was into the crypto sphere in 2014, 2015 when I was in Syria and couldn't mine for shit. And so in 2019, I was like, oh, Dogecoin was a thing. Because back then we had all those Doge memes.
Yeah.
And then I forgot about it. It was like a passing thought. And then Dogecoin went to 80 cents. And I'm like, fuck. And then my boss was invested into it. And I kept telling him to cash the fuck out. He was like, no, it's going to go to $1. Trust me, Elon Musk is going to go on the live show tonight. It's going to go to $1 after he's on the live show. And then it crashed.
Yeah, I was sitting in my friend's living room on the night that he did that show. And a bunch of my friends there longed it. They leveraged money into it. And it went down 50% from its peak in the span of a minute. And they lost a lot of money.
Well, with me, because I remember when that happened, people on I think Monkey's Discord, they were trying to be dicks about it, and they were like, haha, you're going to commit suicide now? And it's like, well, no, because every single Doge that I have, I paid $0 for. I mined it for free on my old computer a decade ago when I could, and I basically materialized 20 grand out of nothing. So now that 20 grand is now worth 2 grand, well, that still sucks. That absolutely sucks. But now it's 2 grand that I have materialized out of nothing.
Well, did you cash out the 2 grand?
I still have it. It's in my wallet. I just kind of use it as funny money, just kind of like to keep onto it. You'll never know, because the way everything's so volatile right now. For all we know, it could be worth 25 cents next week. It could be worth 10 cents. You'll never know. So
okay, let me tell you something. The only reason crypto ever got fucking value, guess what? What is it? What was the value of crypto come from?
The security of it.
No.
What is it?
Drugs. People use crypto to buy drugs on the dark web. That was what Bitcoin was for in the beginning. It existed alone, and then the guy came and he was like, hey, I can use this cryptocurrency to help anonymous transactions on my new website on the dark web called the Silk Road. And so the Silk Road happened. People were buying and trading crypto for legitimate fucking reasons. And that caused Bitcoin to rocket up to a few $100s.
Mm-hmm.
Then big investment firms were like, holy shit, there's this new thing that doesn't exist in real life. But people are paying hundreds of dollars for it. So they started investing into it. And bow, the normies are in, they don't know what this thing's fucking for, and are investing thousands and thousands of dollars into it, and then Bitcoin goes up to $13,000. Then everybody realizes they have no use for it, and then it crashes. It keeps being used on
20K. And
hey! I'm talking here. Okay, this is your history lesson, Mr. Crypto Investor. This is your history lesson.
I've owned Bitcoin since 2014. I know the history.
Yeah, it's not the fucking security of it. That is actually because it's used for illegal transactions and for track transactions that you can't track with the government. You know that much, right?
I know that they can actually track your transactions.
I know, but back then they couldn't, especially with all the tumbling and whatnot. That's the whole idea. And that's why, nowadays, instead of Bitcoin, where they can actually track your transactions, they use a coin with no... Like, you can't track, with no,
that would be
with
Monero.
An encrypted... That would be Monero. And so the only coin of value right now that people actually use and trade with and send money across the internet with, instead of just holding on to it forever like it's some stupid fucking game of, okay, maybe if I hold this like fucking piece of shit plastic in my hand for long enough, it's gonna go up in value. That's not gonna fucking happen. The only one that people actually actively trade in is Monero.
I definitely don't think that's true.
Then what is it?
You have to fill me in. I've never heard of Monero before.
Monero's like Bitcoin, but it's actually more discreet. Like they actually can't trace it, as far as I know.
Yeah, they can't trace it, and that's why. Okay, guess what? You go on any fucking dark web drug market.
Yeah, there was.
Guess what their coin of use is? It's fucking Monero.
Yeah, Monero. I think it's like $200 or so. It fluctuates. I know like at its lowest it was like 100, and then I think it's at highest it was like 300. It's somewhere in between. I know it's triple digits. I know for one Monero coin.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at the most traded coins in the past 24 hours, and Monero isn't even in the top 10.
Yeah, because the most fucking traded coins you're looking on like what? Coinbase?
I'm looking at CoinMarketCap.
Yeah, CoinMarketCap. Does CoinMarketCap fucking hold Monero?
Yeah.
Okay, but guess what? Do the people who buy Monero from people who buy Monero don't buy it from CoinMarketCap. They buy it from their own local local Monero.
This is a measure of every transaction
on the fucking blockchain.
Yeah.
Well, how can they read the fucking
coin? Because the blockchain is open source. Anyone can look at the ledger of every transaction that's ever been made.
Yeah, but they can't like find out where. Can't they find out where every Monero thing has been going on? Yeah, well, it doesn't matter. This is still like the only legitimate fucking transactions. This isn't like people buying and selling. This is people buying and selling goods and services with Monero. Monero is just not as well advertised as everything else because fucking major Mr. YouTube celebrity is not fucking scamming his audience with Monero because it actually has a value that he can't easily influence with a couple of 100,000 people, with a couple of thousand people.
Yeah, Monero is not a shitcoin. Like it's not like a pump and dump shitcoin. Like it actually has like some sort of usage. You know, like I said though, with the dark web type stuff.
Yeah, so fucking that's the only coin that you should even think about fucking investing into for a long period of time. Everybody comes to me.
For the long time, definitely consider Bitcoin.
Bitcoin's fucking obsolete, man.
No.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's just a shitty.
It will become outdated eventually, but
no, it's already outdated.
Now,
how many
fine.
transactions can you do on Bitcoin? Like you have to wait for 20 minutes for every transaction to go through.
Oh, it takes a couple minutes, yeah. But...
And besides, like 90% of Bitcoin is owned by whales now. People who fucking bought Bitcoin miners in like mines in the Arctics. They're
I don't know about 90%, but it is a good amount.
Yeah, and guess what? Why aren't these assholes dumping?
Well, because they believe in the future of it.
No, they don't.
That's why I hold on. I mean, because the thing about that, it's one of those things where it's like, I mean, okay, as somebody who grew up in the 90s, like I said, going back to the whole discussion about the 90s, when I was a kid, the internet back in the 1995, you could barely do anything with it. All you could do was like view websites, and which there's no video, there's no music. All you could do is go to chat rooms and view and like read articles, and that was really about it. Boomers hated the internet. Boomers said that it was all pointless, it was all novelty, it's an expensive thing. You know, the computers back then were super expensive. And we nowadays we look back at it and we laugh at them for being stupid and being myopic about it and not having much faith in the future. So this is the kind of thing where it's like, you know, we might be joking about how like all you can do is buy drugs with it on the black market with Bitcoin, but for all we know, like 20 years from now, like Bitcoin might be like the actual standard for buying things, you know, in real life.
No, it won't be. No.
Yeah, no, I hope it is because I like my Bitcoin a lot more than I like my bank account.
Yeah, but it's not gonna replace your fucking bank account. It's not gonna replace.
It already
It's not only
has.
not gonna replace it.
It's the kind of thing where
I have like $10 in my bank account, and I'm not gonna say how much crypto I have, but it's all of my money.
Well, good luck, Retzante. When the next fucking crypto crash happens, you'll be working at McDonald's again.
I know the crypto crash has already kind of happened, and I've made a lot of money off of it because I day trade. I day trade the crashes.
Yeah, but this is not something that's sustainable. This is not something that's going to remain. This is not...
Oh yeah, I don't think that I can be a day trader for the rest of my life, but at least for now, it's a lot better than McDonald's.
You set a very high bar for it, don't you? You set a very high bar for how much better it needs to be.
Wait, what do you mean?
Like, oh, it's better than McDonald's.
Yeah, I'm making magnitudes more money doing this than I would be making at McDonald's.
Yeah, but still, this is not something that's gonna remain. Crypto is genuinely a fucking fad because the growth we've seen in the recent years is all artificial. It's all bullshit. If it was genuine, it wouldn't come in the form of a billion fucking coins that a bunch of fucking influencers are shilling.
There is an argument to say that the Fed created Bitcoin and they're eventually going to pull the rug on it. But I think for now I'm fine.
Bitcoin has a bunch of fucking whales that are keeping the price artificially high by locking their fucking money outside the trade pool. And right now they're becoming billions and billionaires. And do you think they're actually going to stay billionaires? No, they benefit from keeping the price as high as it is.
I don't know, but again though, like I said, as somebody who's
organic.
Kind of,
yes.
I don't know. Again, like as somebody who's kind of old, I can remember back in the '90s when email was first introduced, and people were like, oh, what's the point of email? Can't you just use a fax machine, or can't you just pick up a phone? Now it's like nobody does that anymore. Everybody sends messages via text and email and chat.
Yeah, but email was not owned, not all emails were owned by one person, right? So it's the same thing. It's not an upgrade in technology. This is a currency. This is a currency. This is a way to trade money for goods and services. And this is not a sustainable form of currency.
Well, okay, I do agree that the market is bloated right now with all the different shit coins going on there. There's so many. Like hell, if you type in Luna, there's 6 different coins that have the word Luna in it. So there's probably a lot of newbies that are getting duped into buying the wrong one. So I do agree with you in that sense. It is bloated. It is oversaturated, but I do honestly have faith that I would say probably within our lifetimes, of course, but I would say the next 20 or so years, there will be an actual real tangible usage for cryptocurrencies for actual goods and services. Outside of buying drugs off the black market, and that's just the fact.
No, there won't be. That's the only fucking thing they're going to be used for, and they're probably going to get legalized.
What about security? What about the security benefits of having your money offline in a crypto wallet?
Security benefits, sure, you can.
I've had money stolen out of my bank account multiple times, despite being tech savvy and able to secure my account pretty well. But I've never had a problem with anyone stealing my crypto. Not even close.
If you're the failing point of your bank account, you're going to be the failing point of your crypto wallet.
Well, it wasn't me. It was just some guy guessed my debit card number. I don't even know how it happened, but I've had my bank account defrauded multiple times.
Well, talk to your bank about it. Just fucking sue them for it, for their negligence. If you can convince,
I got the money back, but it's something that does happen. But it would be impossible for someone to steal my crypto.
Not really. Any fucking bug, any fucking virus on your computer can steal your crypto.
It's not on my computer.
It's in an offline hardware wallet. Got it. And what if they can fucking figure out the seed? Have you thought about that?
Well, okay, there is ways to crack that with it, because now we're kind of down a rabbit hole now. There is a way to crack that with Hashcat, but there's brute force methods. It's a very complicated subject, but you need to get a hash for it to crack someone's wallet. It's a very complicated process.
I'm sure.
And once you crack someone's wallet, hold on, Ritsante. Once you crack someone's wallet, what's to give that person their money back? You got your money back through your fucking bank. Let's say somebody fucking brute forces all 26 fucking words. Is it 26 for Bitcoin? I don't fucking know. All 13 of your words for Bitcoin.
It's different on every wallet, but yeah.
Yeah, all your fucking... He figures out your wallet seed, takes all your fucking Bitcoin out. How can he get that back?
I guess
How can he find out who the perpetrator is?
In that case, I just wouldn't, but I don't think that's going to happen.
You don't think that that's going to happen. You say we're having all these improvements in technology brought forth by crypto, and who's to say that cryptographic cracking technology is not going to grow in the next 5-10 years?
It will, and then the wallets will grow with it.
Mm-hmm. I mean, hell, look at two-factor authentication. That's actually somewhat of a recent thing. I remember back in the 2000s, most people's passwords they would use a random word like a buddy of mine back in 2005, his password for his MySpace page was Metallica. all lowercase. You know, I'm not gonna tell you who it was, but it was a friend. That was his password was just Metallica. Like, you know, you go to a friend's house, like, hey, can I use your computer? It's like, yeah, the password is Zappa, and then that's all it was. Like, you know, people just use like their name or they'd use their street name as their password. Nowadays, you need like 16 letters, mixed uppercase, lowercase, put numbers in there, and then also you have to have it linked to your you have a link to your phone, so you have to send a text message if it's from a different device. You know, so it's, you know, it is getting more sophisticated in that sense. I mean, Google, like if I log into my Google account from someone else's computer, I have to do two-factor authentication on my phone. Same thing with Instagram, and Twitter does that as well. So, you know, so those are all recent things they've only started doing since like 2016 onwards.
Do you want to know? Do you want to know the best fucking way to make a password?
Slam your keyboard.
No. So, if you have a book or like a favorite song or anything, take an excerpt from that song or from that book, and then take a really long excerpt, like 26 words, 13 words, 15 words, something like that. Then do all the acronyms. So let's say it's like Apple's self-driving car could feature VR technology. Okay. Then you say ASDC CFVRT. Okay? And then then you substitute letters. So A becomes at, S becomes $, V becomes 7. Bam, numbers and letters and whatnot. And now, holy shit, you have a very, very secure password, very randomly generated. Nobody can figure it out. And you can remember it in your head just by remembering the original part of it. So you can, if you remember Apple's self-driving car could feature VR, you remember that at $DCCF7RT.
That's the password for the Garbagemice YouTube channel, right?
To your account, I could figure it out based on Elliot Rodgers' manifesto.
You can mine is the Palestinian song that goes "Move forward because you are the symbol of resistance. Because in this world you are the fear of the Jews." It's that song. That's my password. No comment on what I think about this message. It's a really banger song, however. You guys want to take the time out to like listen to it after the show?
Yeah,
no, your password is all hail Assad Bashar or what his name is.
Bashar al-Assad. Hold on. بالروح بالدم نفديك يا بشار. Yeah.
Artillery tech tips. Let's go.
Artillery. Everybody's favorite fucking schizo. Like, am I guys your favorite? Am I a friend to you too as well?
I'd say so.
Oh. Hold on. Baron Van Brunk just sent. Baron Van Brunk just sent. Oh, I know this video. I know it's gonna turn into the song of Allah Studio Bashar, right? I love how that's become a meme. Hold on.
Yeah.
The song is actually pretty based. It's like about unity between different peoples and different religions and whatnot. It's pretty cool.
But without war, how is Lil Pizza Box gonna get paid?
Yeah, dude, come on.
Conflict of interest.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm sorry, Little Pizza Box, but I'll also get paid per infiltration to U.S. Marines. So, looks like I'm being paid to spy on you, and you're being paid to bomb me. So.
Oh, actually, I'm not being paid to bomb you because, as it turns out, I'm not going to. My orders changed. I'm not going to Camp Pendleton anymore. I'm staying here in the desert, 29 Palms, for the next 3 years.
Fucking hell, man.
So I'm not going to be going to.
Wait, Baron.
I mean, actually, I can on the weekend.
The Garbagemice party is canceled.
Are you in a one-party consent or two-party consent state?
I have no clue. I think I couldn't tell you. I wouldn't know.
God, it's New York, so it's the worst possible outcome on every law.
Oh yeah. Well, speaking of which, kind of like a callback. New York crypto laws are complete bullshit, which is weird because we're the financial hub of the country. Like we have Wall Street of all places. I work for a bank. Like all the big I live across the street from Goldman Sachs. I live in the financial district of New York.
You live with the Merchant Guild? Oh no. Oh no,
not with Nazniak.
You know, so New York City is like the financial hub of the country, and we do have a lot of like we have I think some of the highest crypto earners of the country live in New York City. With that said, cryptocurrency laws in New York are complete shit. Like they're like the only available websites you can buy crypto on are like Gemini and Coinbase, like those two exclusively. It's hard to get. You can't mine it. I think they're trying to outlaw mining here in the state. It's like you can't legally transfer it to other places. It's really stupid. But we have like the biggest crypto billionaires live here in Manhattan. It doesn't make any sense.
Oh, no, man.
Coinbase is
actually it does make sense.
All
the crypto millionaires are trying to stay.
Like if you go to the main places, if you go to like Binance, and they have like a big disclaimer saying like you can't sign up if you live in the following states, and it's always in New York because of these like strict crypto laws.
Yeah, I've been kicked off of so many crypto platforms just because I live in America. Not even California, just the United States.
Yeah, I know. I think KuCoin's like that.
Yeah, that's actually one of the exchanges that I haven't been kicked off of.
Well, look, because I have the KuCoin mobile app, but then if you want to use a desktop site, you can't use it in the States for some reason. The whole thing doesn't make any sense.
Just get our today's sponsor, NordVPN. That's right, ladies. No, we're not. I'm kidding. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Raid Shadow Legends.
I've always had to.
Raid Shadow Legends is made in Israel, so officially we boycott it. Like if I get a sponsorship deal for Raid Shadow Legends for $20,000, I'm gonna fucking decline it because it's made in Israel. Fuck you.
Yeah, a friend of mine who mentored me and got me started on day trading. He made enough money off of crypto that it was in this exchange called FTX, and he had so much money in the exchange, and his like withdrawal limit was so small that it was going to take him like a decade to withdraw all his money.
Yeah.
So he deemed it to be worth it to spend like $200,000 on a house in Mexico just to get all of his money out.
I think Gemini. I think the maximum is like $50,000 a month for withdrawal.
I think on FTX it was like $1,000 a day.
Oh Jesus!
Yeah, it's a lot if you're just trying to like live.
Yeah.
Like that's fine, obviously. But if you're trying to withdraw a lot of money, then it's not gonna work.
So like, what's the deal with Ethereum? Because I mean, I have like probably like $100 or so in Ethereum, but I use Ethereum mostly when I exchange stuff that's on the Ethereum chain, and they require quote unquote gas. You have to have Ethereum in your wallet to trade it.
Like, Ethereum is interesting because
it's supposed to be like you're able to run computer programs based on the computing power center of the blockchain, but it's inefficient and it sucks and it's terrible.
Yeah, they've got some stuff going for them, like the contracts and all that. Which the exchange that I'm trading on right now, Didax, is it's a decentralized exchange, and the way that I connect my money to it is through MetaMask through, I believe it's the Ethereum technology that allows me to connect my money to that site in a decentralized way.
Little pizza box, are you okay, man? Can you hear me?
Yeah, what's up?
I'm just checking up on you, man. Are you able to survive this? I know you're in the Marines and all, and you're like go through rigorous training, but I don't know. This could be too much even for you, man.
Yeah, I think it's too much for everyone, and we're just over an hour, so.
Yeah, well, let's go to the Patreon questions.
All right,
yeah, we have to commit to those. So.
Yeah, I didn't get to say why Rusty Cage was a complete piece of shit. So.
I like Rusty. I think Rusty's just going through trouble. Is Rusty? I mean, is Rusty still dating the OnlyFans girl, Brittany?
I'm
I
pretty
think
sure
so.
Yeah.
Wait, he's not?
He is, yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, he is.
Because he never tweets about it, so I don't know. Like, because I know, well, because I follow both
he's
of them.
Ashamed.
No,
he's
really?
ashamed to be the Rusty Cuck of the Trash Rats podcast, and no one likes him for it.
I think if he came on here, I think that would save his career. But
Yeah,
he's being really stubborn about it. Such a shame.
it is a shame.
Like I said, I like Rusty, and I liked the live show with him and Imp, but it just kind of, they did 2 episodes, and I was like, okay, this is got a good thing going. When's the next one? A month goes by, and it's like, okay, that was weird.
The live show was really slow paced. I don't fucking like it.
Well, Well, yeah, I got kind of annoyed because they had a good thing at first, though. Imp Lemon and Rusty did like the Boomer versus Zoomer show, where they would ask each other questions about their generations, where it's like, because for example, Rusty would ask Imp, "Do you know what Jenko jeans are?" Which I knew the answer for that because I'm older than Rusty, which is a type of pair of clothes from the '90s, and Imp didn't know the answer. So stuff like that's funny because there's a big generational gap. And I was going to go on there too and like talk about shit from the '80s and see if you guys know what this is. You know, who sang this song? You know, what movie was this? And see if you guys know the answer to that.
But instead, we talked about crypto for half an hour.
Yeah, that's how you can.
Thank you, Red Sante, for being the most autistic host on the Garbage Mice podcast. I thought that honor belonged to me, but no.
I'll tell you what, though. Okay, I have my own Boomer versus Zoomer questions. I can ask you guys because I'm assuming everybody here is under the age of 30, right?
I'm 21.
I will not disclose my age, but I will say that I am somewhere between 12 and lying to the government to get into the military. And
that's okay. My grandpa did that.
Retirement age 50, 60.
He's 22.
Okay, so you guys are a little bit older than my nephew. My nephew's in his late teens. So yeah, I mean, so you guys are you're a lot younger than me. Okay, so here's some Boomer versus Zoomer questions. I'll see if you guys can get the correct answer to any of these questions. Okay. All right. Who was Cuban Pete?
A singer.
You're in the ballpark.
I don't know.
Yeah.
In the original Jim Carrey Mask movie, not Son of the Mask, but the original Jim Carrey Mask movie from the 90s, there's a part where he has a police standoff, and Jim Carrey turns into the mask, and he goes in this character, he does a song and dance routine called Cuban Pete, where he dances around, as like the mask, but he's like this Latin pop singer, and he's like, "I'm Cuban Pete, I'm the king of marimba beat." It's like a whole goofy song.
Yeah.
So he's Cuban Pete,
sense.
so it was Jim Carrey from The Mask.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 2. If you wanted to play a video game console on analog TV, what channel did you have to tune your TV to?
I think it was Channel 2. Because we had an analog like CRT TV back home, and
usually it was Channel 3, but some models it was Channel 4. Like if you wanted to play Nintendo or Sega back in the 90s, it was a Channel 3.
Doesn't that depend on which input like you put it in? Like there's the three like left channel, right channel, and video like thing.
I mean, for me personally, like 90% of the time it was Channel 3, but there was a few instances where it worked on Channel 4 too. I think our Sega was Channel 4.
I have no idea.
Okay. What was a slammer used for?
A slammer.
Yeah.
Jail?
Nope. All right, you guys familiar with POGs? POG?
Yeah.
I mean,
that's a bit of a Zoomer term.
But I mean, not poggers, not like the not poggers, but pogs were a very, very short-lived fad back in the 90s. They were little cardboard circles that had like characters on them, and you'd collect them. And there's a very short-lived fad back in like 95, 96, and you get a stack of these little like cardboard circles with like characters on, like The Simpsons and like Snoopy and stuff like that on there. You'd stack them up, and then you'd play a game where you have to try to knock them over with a big heavy coin. And the big heavy coin was called a slammer.
Any more?
Yeah, I got a whole bunch because I was going to go on Rusty Cage's show, and okay, I got one more. Okay.
Yeah, we'll do one more and then wrap this up.
What monumental video game event kicked off on September 9th, 1999, otherwise known as 9999?
Would it have been like Sonic? I'm guessing.
You're in the ballpark. When you said Sonic, you're in the ballpark.
Dreamcast.
Yep. The world release of the Dreamcast was on. It was a big media hype. It was on 9999, September 9th, 1999.
What confused me is you said it's like big in the video game industry, and I'm thinking like Dreamcast was fucking shit.
Well, yeah, but like they hyped it up as being like the big thing, and then it fizzled out. But the world premiere was on September 9th, 1999, and it was like the big 999 event.
Well, that's pretty cool.
I have one. What started on March 17th, 2011?
Oh, God. Let's see. I was working at that clothing company at the time. March 17th. Don't know.
St. Patrick's Day.
I know. The Japanese
Civil War.
Hold on. I have one more.
The Japanese earthquake, I was going to say.
Oh, no. So, another one. This one is actually... What happened on the 3rd of October 2015? Or rather, what did Obama do on 3rd of October 2015?
It wasn't gay
I didn't
marriage.
care about politics back then.
That was after Bin Laden was killed.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Because I remember the gay marriage
Gay
thing.
marriage was that summer. I remember.
Yeah, that
it
was the
right
summer.
after I graduated middle school.
Yeah.
2015.
Was it that stupid clock thing with that Ahmed boy or whatever?
No. Do you want to know what it was?
Yeah, go ahead.
It's when the AC-130, with a call sign Hammer, with this 4th Special Operational Squadron from the United States Air Force, was commanded under a direct order from Commander-in-Chief Obama.
Hospital strike.
Hospital strike, yes. Not only a hospital strike on the Kunduz Hospital that was run by Doctors Without Borders. And they bombed the ever-loving... They bombed the ever-loving fuck out of that hospital and killed and injured like 70 people. Most of them like NSF staff.
The hospital strike, I remember that. Because remember the liberals were trying to scramble and say, well, it actually wasn't his fault, I remember that.
It's never the Commander-in-Chief's fault. Another one. What happened on September 11th, 2001?
Well,
Pizza Box, you want to talk about that one?
Well, I was 17.
Okay. Plausible deniability.
Let me tell you what it was. It was the president of Syrian president, the birthday of Syrian President Bashar al-Assad, his 38th birthday. Happy birthday, Mr. President.
Yeah.
Hey. Also, it was a breakdancing competition in one of the parking lots of New York City between 3 Israelis linked to the Mossad. They had a dance-off. What else?
On 9/11, I was in high school at the time. I was in 11th grade. I was in metal shop class. It was at the beginning of the day. All of a sudden, one of our teachers ran in and told us to turn the TV on, and we saw the first plane hit.
You saw the first plane hit?
Well, no, no,
I thought the footage for that didn't come out.
We saw the wreckage from the first plane, and then the second plane hit right after that.
Oh yeah. Like, why would they tell you to turn on the TV? You're just in fucking metal workshop class, enjoying your life as a teenager. And
back in those days.
Dude,
well, yeah.
check this.
Yeah, what was that?
Hey, dude, check this shit. 9/11. Yeah. My favorite bit from Norm Macdonald's when he did the whole 9/11 jokes. Anyone remember?
Not really.
Okay, one more. Okay,
Yeah.
Here, this is a question that's really out there. Okay, what was a Tamagotchi?
Oh, I know these. These are like
that.
the keychain pets.
Yeah, keychain pets.
Yeah.
Yeah, they came out like right around the time that Digimon. It was before Pokemon. This is back in the late '90s, before Digimon came out.
I remember. Yeah, that shit was fucking.
Yeah, my sister had one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well.
Anything
else?
Little pizza box. Still have something. Come on, say something. We brought you on here so we can talk about crypto. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm kind of going broke. I spent a lot of money this week.
Subscribe to the Garbagemice Patreon.
Yeah.
Also, I owe you like...
I need the money.
I owe you like $5 from the patron. Do you want to give me your PayPal or do you want to wait on that?
Oh shit, yeah, yeah, that works. Yeah, I'll give you my PayPal soon. Fuck, I feel so Jewish for getting so excited for money.
Whoa, $5. Let's go.
$5.
Like
Fuck.
you can tell how his voice changed. You can
That's
tell
like 200% of my paycheck.
But you'll have to pay taxes on it since you're from California.
Oh yeah. Fuck, what a shame.
Yeah. So remember, guys, subscribe to the Garbagemice Patreon. Thank you, Baron Van Brunk, for your appearance. It was pretty fucking cool.
It was a good talk.
Yeah. And Garbagemice episode 15.
Yeah. I will never talk about crypto again. Goodbye.
Goodbye, everybody.
Yeah. Thank you.